Assalamu alaikum friends, welcome to another video of Dr. Zakir Naik, where a sister is crying and making an emotions that I'm a Muslim and I love dogs and I love the pets. So the people say that you are not a Muslim, they are chanting me. So watch this emotional video.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, my question is, I really love Islam actually based on Jesus because I was grew in the Catholic school, but a lot of things that is not make sense to me. That's why I look for Islam, and I love Islam, but I don't like the Muslim people in Indonesia, and I love dogs as a pet. So my question is actually, why they can tell me I'm not a Muslim just because I have dogs as my pets, and I'm still learning, but they don't have any rights to judge me. Would you mind to explain? Because I didn't find anything in Al-Quran that said it's haram to pet a dog, and instead I found that the history, a lot of the prophets are the shepherds, so they also have dogs to help them, including, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, including the Prophet Muhammad.
The sister has a question.
So the question is, is it really haram to pet a dog, and then can they judge me as not a Muslim just because I love the dogs and pets the dogs?
Sister, what's your background? Are you a Catholic? Are you Christian? Or are you Muslim? Or?
No, I believe I'm Islam. But if you say that Muslim is totally
Were you born in a
submit,
Muslim family, sister?
but I don't think they really...
No, were you born in a Muslim family?
Yes.
You were born in a Muslim family and you are a Muslim. But you have got pets as dogs. Sister, we would prefer that non-Muslim should be given the first chance. But since you have come, I will answer your question. I would request the volunteers that before anyone asks a question, please check whether they are Muslims or non-Muslims. I believe you are born in a Muslim family and you are a Muslim, correct?
I believe I am Muslim, but they say that I'm not Muslim.
No, but you believe you are Muslim, correct? But
Yes.
just because you keep dogs as pets, and the prophets earlier kept dogs to take care of the sheep, of the cattle, so the other people say you are not a Muslim. Sister, in Islam, keeping dog is prohibited in your house as a pet. But keeping a dog for hunting is no problem. As a guarding your house, no problem. So what the prophets used to take dogs was to keep the flock of the cattle together, that is permitted. So if you use dog for hunting, it's allowed. To take care of the cattle, it's allowed. To keep a dog to guard your house outside is allowed. But in the house as pet, it is not prohibited. It is prohibited, sister. It is prohibited because the spit of the dog, it's unclean. And today even science tells us that the saliva of the dog, there are various diseases that can be acquired. And one of them is hydrophobia. Hydrophobia means fearing of water. So Islamically, keeping a dog as a pet is wrong. Now, if you keep a dog and you believe it is wrong, that's a different question. You may not be a practicing Muslim. But someone to say you're not a Muslim, that's a very strong statement. Just because one person doesn't follow some portion of the Quran or some portion of the Hadith, as long as you believe there is one God and you believe Prophet Muhammad is the messenger of God, as long as you don't do kufr, you cannot be called a non-Muslim sister. As long as you agree, you have to agree what is mentioned by the Prophet, that keeping dog is prohibited because it leads to various diseases. Keeping a dog, you can keep him to guard your house, you can keep him to protect your cattle, no problem. But Islamically, keeping a dog is wrong. That's the reason a Prophet said that if the dog licks any vessel, you have to scrub it 3 times with earth. And today science says that even normally if you wash a vessel which the dog has licked, the germs are yet there. Only if you clean it with the earth does it go away. So imagine a dog comes into your house and he licks everywhere, he licks you, and you are praying in that house. So but naturally it is filthy, sister. So Islamically to keep a dog as a pet in your house is prohibited, sister. Hope that answers the question.
Okay, thank you. But outside is okay, right?
Outside as dog for hunting, for protection, not as a pet.
For guarding the house.
Guarding the house, no problem. But not that you have to allow him to lick you.
Yeah.
Or to play over you.
If we pat
If
them.
you pat the head. Because the tongue cannot reach the head. So if you pat, you only pat the head because the tongue of the dog cannot reach the head.
Yes.
Hope that answers the question.
Thank you.
You're most welcome.
Welcome back, friends. I hope you enjoyed the video till the last minute. The sister is crying and she is describing that I have been living with pigs because I have cattle, and for the protection of cattle I live with the dogs. And so many people, they say that you are living with dogs, so you are not a Muslim. My dear brother and sister, the Holy Quran gives us the specific information about life. Each and everything which is necessary in our life, we will find in the Holy Quran. In the Holy Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala clearly mentioned, وَلَا تَنَابَزُوا بِالْأَلْقَابِ. Do not pronounce your brother with wrong words. Like simply in our society, when we pronounce our brother like, oh donkey, oh dog, cat, these are very bad names. You should not pronounce it to your brother or to your sister or any other else, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala prohibited وَلَا تَنَابَزُوا بِالْأَلْقَابِ. Like we use different word for human, it's totally wrong, it's totally prohibited. And also Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala clearly prohibit you from describing the bad habits of your brother in front of another people. وَلَا يَخْتَبْ بَعْضُكُمْ بَعْضًا أَيُحِبُّ أَحَدُكُمْ أَن يَأْكُلَ لَحْمَ أَخِيهِ. Whenever you describing the bad characters of your brother in front of another people, it means that you are eating the dead body of your brother. No one will be like it. So from the teaching of Holy Quran and from the teaching of the words of the Holy Quran, it's clearly found that do not call your brother with the bad names, with the bad things. Like people chanting you, you are a non-Muslim, you are a Jew, you are a Christian, but actually you are a Muslim. So the fact is that whenever you believe that there is only one Allah, there is one Prophet, and that is the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and the last Prophet, and the Holy Quran is the book of Almighty Allah, you are a true Muslim. Whether the people chanting you that you are a non-Muslim, you are a Christian, you are Jew, it doesn't matter. The only matter is what your heart say. If your heart say you are a Muslim, then you are a Muslim. The Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when he came and when for the first time he preached Islam, people call him, you are like you are a magician. Some people say you are poeter, you are the poet. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Holy Quran, وَمَا هُوَ بِقَوْلِ شَاعِرٍ قَلِيلًا مَا تُؤْمِنُونَ وَلَا بِقَوْلِ كَاهِنٍ قَلِيلًا مَا تَذَكَّرُونَ. You are not a magician, you are not a poet, but you are from Almighty Allah. You are only the messenger of Almighty Allah. So whatever the people chanting you with bad names, with another names, so it doesn't affect your iman. What affect you, it's only your iman, that how you are describing your iman to the rest of the people, to the rest of the society, and how you delivering your iman to the people, and how you are living in this universe. This matter a lot. So do not it's my heartly advice that do not pronounce your brother with the wrong names. Just pronounce it with her beautiful name, with her beautiful name. it will give you a pleasure, and it will never create distance between you and your family or your relatives. I hope you enjoy the video. If you like the video, subscribe the channel and share it with your friends.